Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're going to dive deep into the most fundamental building block in all of MATLAB, the vector. Seriously, if you want to handle data like a pro, you've got to understand vectors. It's the essential first step. So let's get right into it.
So let me ask you something. Think about your own code, whether it's a bunch of sensor readings, daily stock prices, or just points you want to put on a graph. You're always dealing with lists of numbers, right? How do you manage all that stuff efficiently? Well, that is exactly the problem MATLAB was designed to solve, and vectors are the core of that solution.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll cover the absolute basics, what a vector actually is. Then we're going to build out our programmer's toolkit. We'll add 3 different ways to create them: the simple, direct manual way, the super powerful colon operator, and the ultra-precise linspace function. And most importantly, we'll wrap up by figuring out exactly which tool to use for which job. All right, first things first. Before we can build anything cool or complex, we need to understand the material we're working with. And in the world of MATLAB, that material is the vector.
And really, it's that simple. A vector is just an ordered list of numbers. Think of it as a container that holds a sequence of values. It's not just some random variable. It's the foundation. Almost every powerful thing you can do in MATLAB, from plotting beautiful graphs to doing complex matrix math, it all starts right here. Now, vectors basically come in 2 flavors. You've got your horizontal row vectors, and you've got your vertical column vectors. The difference in the code is tiny, but it's super important down the line. To make a row vector, you separate the numbers with commas or spaces. To make a column vector, you use semicolons. That's it. Just remember, comma for row, semicolon for column.
Okay, time to start building our toolkit. First up is the most direct, straightforward method, just typing the numbers in by hand. I like to think of this as the hammer in your toolkit. It's simple, it's reliable, and it's absolutely perfect for small, specific jobs.
And the syntax for this could not be easier. You just start with an open square bracket, type out your numbers, you can separate them with spaces or commas, doesn't matter, and then you close it off with another square bracket. And boom, you've just created a vector.
For example, say we wanted to store a few famous mathematical constants, like pi, the golden ratio, and Euler's number. We just type them in like this. We're telling MATLAB, hey, I want these exact values in this exact order. And what you get is a 1x3 row vector holding those precise numbers. This method gives you total, absolute control. It's perfect when you have a handful of specific, maybe even irregular numbers. But what if you need 100 numbers or, 1,000?
Yeah, typing out 1,000 numbers by hand would be an absolute nightmare. And that is why we have our next tool, the colon operator. This is the power saw in our toolkit. It's designed to just slice through those tedious, repetitive tasks and generate huge sequences of numbers in a flash. The syntax here is just beautiful. It's so simple. You just give it 3 things: a number to start at, an increment or step size, and a number to end at. MATLAB handles all the heavy lifting of filling in the numbers in between.
So let's say we want a list of all the odd numbers between 1 and 10. Easy. We just tell MATLAB to start at 1, step by 2 every single time, and stop when you get to 10. It's so intuitive, right?
And there's our output. MATLAB did exactly what we asked. It started at 1, added 2 to get 3, added 2 again to get 5, and so on. And notice, it stopped at 9 because the very next step, 11, would have gone past our endpoint of 10. So fast and so efficient.
Okay, so the colon operator is amazing when you care about this step size. But what if you don't? What if your goal is totally different? What if you need, say, exactly 100 points, all evenly spaced out between 0 and 1 for a plot? That's a different kind of problem, and, well, it needs a different kind of tool. And that tool is linspace. Welcome to the laser cutter of our toolkit. When you need absolute surgical precision, a specific number of points, no more, no less, this is the function you reach for. It's especially a lifesaver when you're creating clean, accurate plots. With span size, you kind of flip the script. Instead of telling MATLAB the step size, you tell it the total number of points you want. You say where to start, where to end, and exactly how many points to create between them. So imagine you're setting up the x-axis for a graph. You want it to go from 0 to 10, but you only want to plot 5 data points along that axis. With linspace, it's a piece of cake. Start at 0, end at 10, and give us exactly 5 points. And check out that perfect output. MATLAB automatically figured out the step size it needed, in this case, 2.5, to make sure we got exactly 5 points,
from start to finish. This is the kind of precision that makes your data visualizations look really professional.
Okay, we've done it. We've built our toolkit. We have the hammer for manual entry, the power saw, which is our colon operator, and the laser cutter, linspace. Now for the most important part, making sure we know when to pull each one out of the box. The choice between the colon operator and linspace really just boils down to one simple question. What is your priority? If you care about the step size between your numbers, use the colon operator. But if you care about the total number of points in your vector, you're going to want to use linspace. It really is that clear-cut. So here's your decision-making cheat sheet. First, ask yourself, do I just need a few specific, maybe weird numbers? If yes, use the hammer, manual entry. If not, ask the next question. Do I need to sequence with a known step size, like every other integer? If that's a yes, grab the power saw, the colon operator. And if the answer is still no, you probably need a precise number of points for something like a plot. And that's when you bring out the laser cutter, linspace. And there you have it, 3 incredibly powerful ways to create the most fundamental data structure in MATLAB. You've officially put together your vector creation toolkit. So the only real question left is, now that you've got the tools, what amazing things are you going to build?